You are watching Weirdo Universe, the wonders make life so fun. On,
I'm AJ.
this is Weirdo Universe. Thanks for tuning in another episode. As we know, we're approaching a year. We're 8 months since we premiered now. So we're slowly approaching our 1 year anniversary. So I want to keep on going with that. And for today's episode, we're going to take a little break with the whole Stranger Things quest as we're going to let AJ here to try to keep watching more, and we'll drop more content on that. But in case you didn't know, that last week was quite like a showcase of video games, and we have a bunch of new trailers, new games coming out this fall, and the games coming out early next year, or soon to be coming out next year. There is a lot to explore. So let's get to it. So what's the first one you want to talk about?
I definitely want to get into the Wolverine game that's coming out because that's been getting hyped up a lot since the trailer for it got released,
Yeah, okay.
or at least some clips for it had gotten released. But
Yeah,
I
clips.
mean,
I mean, the trailer is pretty much out. It's coming out, I think, mid-September, like my birthday month. So can't wait for that. And yeah, like a
I
lot.
bet.
I mean, that's crazy. It's just crazy. September. Most of these games that have been released, at least trailer-wise, is coming out in September. Like all these games before GTA 6 in November. So it's like, oh, who knows? GTA might have a little competition. Because there's a lot, even these
I
early
think,
games. 007 did really
yeah,
well on that.
with James Bond as is his like first year or something in the agency,
Yeah,
I
something like
believe.
that.
Like it's his younger years, which is going to be real interesting to see.
Yeah, a lot of people have played that. But yeah. So yeah, let's go Wolverine. So yeah, as we know, Jean Grey and Sabretooth are the companions for Wolverine. No, you cannot play Grey, unfortunately. You figure it was like, oh, some
I
side.
heard
No.
about the differences between Jean and Sabretooth as the companions to Logan is that Jean is going to be more like the kind of helpful type in a sense, and then Sabretooth is going to just basically be like it's said that it's their companionship is going to be more like a kind of like a competition to see who gets more enemies killed or whatever, which is going to be interesting to see. I'm curious on how they're going to plan to have that actually play through the game.
Yeah, I guess there's no doubts this is gonna kick off as soon as it comes out. But some people
Oh
were
yeah,
thinking on the healing factor because if you've seen the clips, like
I
when
I noticed that they also talked about that the healing factor isn't going to be something that you could do all the time, and it's gonna if you're planning to really try and use it, you're gonna have to be a very aggressive player in the game because it's your healing factors connected to your rage meter is what I heard.
yes, so
So
it's
and
like
it burns fast.
you can't go full Wolverine. You kind of be a little tactical, like.
Yeah, which is gonna be real interesting. I'm sure some people are gonna maybe be a little disappointed in that factor, but I mean it's to see that in a game for Wolverine alone. Unlike I mean they had it sort of similar with like the Wolverine Origins game from like the early 2000s or whatever.
Mhm.
But I mean, to have it where it's something you can actually do instead of something I think it was like automatic for that Origins game. I don't remember exactly what the healing factor mechanics were for that game, but it for this one it seems like it's going to be a lot more like you have to choose to do it in a sense.
Yeah, like I guess at
So that's
like a certain amount of time. 'Cause there are
yeah.
some that do that.
So
Where you
I'm interested to see exactly what that's gonna be like for the game
all good.
because that's a lot more different than like what they did for the Spider-Man games for like their kind of like restore their health is so it's going to be really interesting on exactly how they plan to do Logan's healing factor in his game. Um, Another thing I'm kind of curious about is the deal between Mystique and Omega Red because I think they said that they're going to be kind of like the some of the people you have to fight. So that's going to be an interesting um, mashup. But that's just me. So I only downside is I'm not going to be able to play it because I don't have a PS5 right now.
And
And
not only that, I mean, PlayStation itself, there's been okay. All right. Oh, since you spent, sorry. Since you speak of PlayStation, they there was a certain update that went through, and this update
a lot of
there was a
people
lot of
are.
confusion, but someone like on Reddit kind of just gave the summary of what's happening. I mean, there's a lot of other things now for like there's other like shrunk
I know that they upped the subscription price for PlayStation
or like
Plus.
yeah, but that's for, like for newcomers. So like if you bought
Yeah,
PlayStation, if you never had a PlayStation, you bought this, then it's like well, it's a little pricier now than Xbox. Say that.
I
A
also
little
know
bit.
that they have this whole like locking system if you're not connected to
Yeah.
internet after
Well,
30 days.
no, I like someone kind of maybe did a good summary of what it technically is. So this update is pretty much you know when you buy a game, you play and get rid of it. So you're
Yeah.
kind of like what you spend the money, you give the money to them, but then you're kind of like wasting it. So they're like, okay, how about this? You buy so this is when you get this update pretty much makes you like you have if you're going to play a game, play it. Cause don't just play it, try it and like you spend $70 or $40 on a game and then you realize you hated it so you wasted money so they're like okay how about this if you buy it you buy like all these upcoming games you maybe never heard of and you give it a shot but it's kind of like if you don't play at a certain time 30 days then it'll just be like are you playing or not because if not then we'll just lock it for you until
Oh, okay.
so it's kind of like that it's kind of like you have to like you want to play Insomniac? Of course. So just play it enough to at least tell there's like an AI in the system that will know like oh you play this game with this amount of time so it's like okay this person's playing this game so he's using his money well. But then you play a game you only put like 3 hours into it and you haven't touched it in like 2 weeks and it's like all right we'll lock that or like a month or a year and it's like all right clearly you're not liking this game so we'll lock it so you don't have to play it. So that sort of thing.
Interesting.
That's kind of the sum up of that update. Cause I was like, cause you had to sign, like when it happened, it was like, wait, you have to sign in. I'm like, people were like, all playing were like, wait, why do I have to sign in? And then it's like this weird update. And people discovered this.
Interesting. Okay.
They thought it was like, is this a like a glitch? But then no. And then Sony was confused. They were like lost too, and they were trying to figure out what's going on. And then they figured it out, and so on. Anyway, back to the main topic. So another big game. There's a lot of big games coming out.
A
Have you
lot.
ever heard of the game? Have you ever heard of the game Ill?
Ill?
Ill. ILL.
No, I haven't.
It's kind of a mix of like Resident Evil and you could say Dead Space in a sort of way, but mainly like a Resident Evil. All right, I'll show a clip of it. So, but the
Yeah,
story
please.
this it's a bit horrifying, I will say. I mean, there was a lot. This game had a lot of clips very early ago, like a few years ago. and the trailer's finally out, and the trailer shows a completely sort of different outcome of the plot. But I've seen the trailer, and pretty much the trailer shows. So you're this male protagonist, his character. He wakes up. So there's some like he wakes up in a hospital like from a coma, but it's like all hell broke loose. Don't know what's going on. But it's like I don't know, it's a virus or something. But then it's like you face you. It's like Resident Evil because it's kind of like you face certain like mini bosses that look like something out of like Resident Evil in a way, or like you could say Evil Within, maybe more that type of route. But it's like you have to be mindful of the ammo, and it's what makes it so realistic. It's like an actual headshot. You actually see the head like boom, but like the bullets, it's not like I'm maybe when the game comes out, maybe just the settings, but it's like you almost have to aim with your own eyes, not just follow the dot or follow like some circle thing. It's like
Oh, that's a lot more realistic.
you have to like really be precise, and then you have to be a little careful. But anyway, but it's like that's what the trailer. I'm just summing up the trailer instead of showing you the clip, but maybe I'll do it later
That's a
on.
lot more realistic, though.
But it was a lot. It was a quite a, like this. There was a lot of like little scenes of it, of like of how it is. Like you got melee weapons, but you're facing like so you have like the regular like people, but then you face like in the trailer. Like I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's like in the mind, but then you face like a giant like not, it's a human, but it's like a creature, but it's like it's massive. So it's like its head just pops out and it just kind of becomes like Hungry the Hippo, and just like try to, try to attack you or something. Like
I love that. I love that comparison.
it's like you face a lot of like abnormal things. So it's like you have to be careful. Like you get certain weapons, pistols, shotguns, SMGs, that whole thing. But you're like, we don't know what's going on. But it's like there's other characters. It's not just one person. Like there's a lot of characters, and I guess maybe there's side quests. Who knows? But it was a big game coming out, and think I think that's next year at some point. So I just thought a game maybe I haven't heard of called Ill. It's like
I'm gonna have to look into that. That sounds kind of interesting.
the trailer, man, bit wild. I'll just say that. Um, other games to talk about. Well, might as well. Well, we got a new God of War game. It's not the
Yep.
It's not a sequel. It's more of a what's the word?
I think they said that it's connected to like
It is
the last
connected.
two games,
It's
but it's
it's
not like some
this
spin-off or whatever. It's like it's directly within the game, like during the events between like Kratos and Atreus with like the last two games, if I'm not mistaken. So it's going to be really interesting to see what the story is going to be like for that. I've noticed a lot of like some people talking about that. I guess people are starting to kind of like hate on it because I guess it's some female lead as the main character, which I mean I don't understand that because you got like Tomb Raider, which is like exactly that. You got fucking what GTA 6, which is gonna have like a female lead that you could play as. You got I don't even know what other kind of games that have a female like main character, but there's some that have it there. So I don't know why this should be any different or whatever, but I'm also noticing a lot of division between the what the storyline is since they said like we mentioned is it's going to be connected to the last two God of War games. So I'm very curious exactly on what the story's going to be like and how they're going to incorporate the last two games within Faye's story. Because I mean, is it where I think they mentioned something about that? It's she's dead, but she's also in a place where the gods
So,
go when
so
they
yeah,
die.
as you said, it's right during the first remake of God of War, the Ragnarok. So yeah,
Yeah, like right before Ragnarok,
there's a
I
lot of
believe.
funny meat because if you played the game, when Kratos says like she's died in peace.
Yeah.
Not quite. So I mean, I'm trying to find like at least some short clips. I'm getting a lot of long clips of it. So pretty much what I've noticed. It's people are saying it. Some people have been pronouncing it wrong. Instead of Faya, I think it's Fi. Wait, is it Faya or Faye? No, not Faye. Shoot. But there's a certain way you pronounced it. The certain the character, the main character. As you know, in case you didn't notice the face, yes, it's the woman that was in Daredevil and the Punisher series, and now she's finally getting a role of being like now a main character, you could say. So anyway, in the game, so yeah, she dies and she goes to the heavens where all like Norse or not Norse, but all
I
like
know she also meets like two of the other like cultural god of wars. Like there's
yeah,
one for like I think
Egypt among
Chinese culture, and
yeah
then obviously Egypt with Sekhmet. But I
yeah
don't
Egypt.
remember the other one. But I think it's either Chinese cultural
I
God of
think it's
War or the Japanese one. It's one of the
oh,
two.
I think it's Chinese or Mongolian. I'm
One
trying to
one
give
of
you.
them.
I'm trying
I
to.
know it's in that area of Asia at least. I just
Yeah,
don't remember exactly which part of Asia they said
yeah, I'm trying
and
to find. I'm
the
trying to find
name.
this here. Uh,
But I'm curious what that whole fight's gonna be like because it obviously
um,
shows that there's gonna be like
there is a
a
clip
fight.
of Sekhmet and wherever go, uh, the Mongolian God of War. So about that one, about like the Chinese or Asian mythology is he's well, I don't know word for word. I did a little research earlier, like early in the week, but
I know his name at least means like I think they said like armor, I
well, like
believe.
people believed of Genghis Khan when he took over, they like I don't know, like monks or priests see that as like being beside him. So it's like almost seeing him as if he was real life in a way. Like he was kind of like that protector, well, not protector, but it's like that kind of a like I guess you could say power in that sort of thing. I'm trying to find the clips. Hang on, because all right, here we go. I got a clip. Let me show a boss fight because be right back real quick. All right, I got it up. Like it was just seeing Sekhmet. I'm like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. And then I had like a little theory, but because if you know Sekhmet of what she is the goddess of many things, but
She's also said to be um uh not like vampires, but like similar to it because of the amount of bloodlust that Sekhmet had, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember. It's been a hot minute since I've actually done that research, but that was something that I came across at one point when I was doing the research a couple of years ago.
I always get that. trying to pull.
Did we come from the Eagle Onslaught?
Yep, that's
Not the case. The gateway is closed.
scene.
That creature.
I'm curious then, is this going to be like right after she dies?
So actually,
Or
so she wakes up, and as you know, in afterlife, time doesn't like exist. It's just
yeah.
So Kratos appears for like half a second, picking her up, and he disappears. And people have targeted the part when he died from Thor, and Thor woke him up. If you time that scene to Kratos popping up, there might be make a sense there.
Yeah, because technically Thor did kill Kratos for a good minute. And then kind of like jump started his heart. Another thing is in the 2017 game when they brought the game back for the remake was that they had when Kratos went into that beam of light on shit, what was the realm? Damn, I don't remember the name of it. But it was the where Kratos kind of left Atreus behind, and then he comes back out of that like beam of light, and then notices all the bodies. There was a section that I could have sworn that he said that he had saw her.
Yeah, sorry, the video I found a little wacky, so I'll have to show it to you off screen. But I've seen the trailer so many times just for the people seeing this. So in that you can see Sekhmet and that starts with a B, like BOG, like Baju, not Baju. But
I'm not even gonna attempt to try and remember that.
So anyway, you can see there's statues of them. So like my thinking is, because I guess if you know the mythology, at least for Sekhmet, it's like pretty much like it's kind of like, I don't know, it's like vengeance or something, but he kind of thought like, oh, so she died, but it's like, okay, I can try to rule heaven, or at least be some warden of some sort of heaven. So like there's a lot of speculation might be that she killed all the gods in heaven, and convinced the brute to be his, or like second in command in a way. Anyway, so in the scene, so she gets, as you saw, she gets taken by these like spiritual like soldier statues, I mean, soldier statues, and you see everything fall apart. Then what comes up is the brute, and we don't know who voices Sekhmet or the brute. I mean, I want to say for Sekhmet, I wonder it's actually her doing two voices. They haven't revealed anything yet. Because
I mean, that is possible. Some voice actors do, or actors in general do sometimes play more than one role.
Because when you see the face, it almost like they almost just copy your face as the mask to make it look, to like portray that.
A little bit, yeah.
I gotta see. Maybe I can find a better video of the fight because the fight is like crazy. Because you know why Kratos said like she fought beautifully. I was like, I could see what you meant by that because well, Ragnarok is happening, trying to prevent that. Oh, what's she doing? Oh, she's fighting the the Mongolian god of war in a fight with a like a dagger and the cube. As we know, the cube is actually I saw a video of someone breaking it down. That's actually it is uh, mythology. It is a Viking mythology, and in a way, it's a long video. I'm not going to break it in detail, but it's connected to like Norse mythology in a way of the cube, voiced by the guy who was in The Boys. If you haven't seen that yet, he's the one he's the voicing the cube. So it's gonna be that'll be interesting. That'll be like your companion with your little like sword dagger as well. It also speaks. But no, the fight is insane. Though the fight, see the cinematic. But anyway, back to when Gin gets captured, he pops up, and then there's Sekhmet, and it's just like you just feel like not. You can tell it might be an aura scene in a way. But like she doesn't like. It's not torment or like make fun of, but she like does something. She like since she is death and I guess life itself, so she's like she kind of does a cut on her arm or something. And anyway, but in the scene, so in Ragnarok the horn,
Yeah.
when he blows the horn, there's a light reflection at some peak or some parts of this heaven, and she looks to like you probably won't even notice, but she will look to the left and call her like pet, and it's a massive saber tooth that pretty much flies, not with wings, but kind of like doggy swims in the sky, and this is a massive like saber tooth with like kind of like snake tongues in a way, like just a massive like saber tooth, and she just hops in like the little like crown, there's like something there, and she just hops on here and just drives off, and then
That sounds so cool though.
yeah, you guys, I wish I could see it. Just the video quality is just getting a little too choppy to show it, but you can watch out at your own leisure. But yeah, like there's like it was just so big, but no, you gotta watch the fight scene against the Mongolian because it's like she's a hybrid. So Kratos with brute strength, she's like a hybrid style. So with some strength, she has magic because she's part of the Jotunheims, part of the giants.
Well, yeah, because she was supposedly well, not a frost giant exactly, but
yeah, not like a frost giant, but part of the giants.
Yeah.
And so it's like, anyway, congrats to her though. Hopefully this could grow something. Maybe we could see a collab down the line.
You know what would be really cool is if they end off that game with her coming back and finding Kratos and Atreus.
Well, here's the thing. So I guess we keep talking more about this. Like, I think maybe we'll see when you see in her perspective, maybe there was a way she was reaching out to get out. Because as you can see, they became like queen and king, or at least warlords, of turning everything to a prison.
Yeah.
I don't know. I had some wild theory to wonder, like, does Sekhmet just because if she is like poison and death, does she like poison I know she, as we know, Lafe or Lafi, however you pronounce it, she died from an illness. I'm like, well, Sekhmet is kind of like the goddess of death in Egyptian mythology, so it's like, did she killed her? Because like, isn't it a coincidence? It's like, oh, like when I saw Sekhmet, I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. She's gotta do wherever this dragon, like the brute is like a red scaly predator, like the movie Predator, like face with like, and like hairstyle, like dragon
Mhm.
scales, and all he has so in mythology he has a scorpion, not like made out of scorpion, but it's like a scorpion. I don't know, tethered or something, but like he only carries with his right hand though. It's like a flame sword, but it's like has probably like scorpion like insignias on or something, and he's just like a flaming creature. And it's just the
That's kind
fight.
of
It's
creepy.
like cinematic. It's like because he actually hits her like twice, and she's like, "You touch me again, I'll kill you." So you know you're gonna get the mini boss fight with him. So we'll see what happens when you complete. But search the actions. I mean, it's like she's a hybrid. So if you know how hybrid play styles are, they're quite the best.
Well, I mean, that's what they kind of did with like Atreus and God of War. They allowed you to kind of like get that magical bit, but then also show that strength with both sides. So
Yeah. So on to other games. I mean, we got like a lot of classic games being made. All right, let's go with Resident Evil. The Resident Evil Veronica
yes,
series has been remastered, remade, and well, if you know the original, I tried the original, but the way that play style, they use like action buttons, so it's kind of like in order to aim, you almost have to like angle the character in a way to kind of give you like to eliminate the zombies. And I died so many times that I couldn't get used to it. So now maybe with this play style, might be like how we see in on all the other Resident Evil games. But yeah, so as we so like if you see the trailer and if you know the story well, Claire Redfield in Paris and she gets kidnapped probably from the one and only Hunk. So you might see those two, and if you know like more of the story, let us know. But you're going to be Claire Redfield. This is
when
before,
I saw that reel that I sent
right?
you,
I think this is before Resident Evil 2.
when I saw that reel that I sent you, I the when she had the knife placed next to her neck, I was like, wait a minute, is that who I think it is? Is that Hunk?
Is that
Because
Hunk?
you can hear his voice, and it was just like, wait a minute, please tell me. So I'm hoping we get like a small fight between them, because I don't know what
I don't know the
the
main
movie was
really
like. So
plot. I don't know the plot, so it'd be first time now actually like playing it because I didn't really get far when I tried to play on PlayStation like Plus when it was like available, and it was just I couldn't get used to the controls, so it was a bit irritating
yeah,
with that. But yeah, Code Veronica 2027, Faya 2027. For this year, I mean, we have a new Silent Hill game.
we also have we have the Spider-Man 3 game also coming out,
Uh, no, there's not.
which I think is like next year or 2028. I think that they were aiming for.
I don't think I've seen anything about that of release dates. Unless you've been seeing a lot of like AI custom, like
Probably. I
probably.
just know that they at least brought it up that they have it in production, that like they're working on it.
Okay, yeah, all right.
So
I haven't heard anything new about that. The new
I
site,
mean I remember seeing something about them talking about that it's gonna be a lot more darker than the second game. Which I mean I don't know how you could get any more darker when like
but
the second
darker,
game
but darker in what sense?
that they didn't exactly specify.
Is it like
So
dark as in like maybe it's just more just brutalities, or is it more of
maybe
or is it the scripts where the lines are makes it more like dark and
I have
maybe could be
I
trying.
have no idea. I mean, I kind of want to hope that they do something with like Doc Ock kind of like takes over Peter's body and becomes like the superior Spider-Man, because that happens in the comics,
So
and
that could be
so
one.
many people were talking about that, like, or theorizing that maybe Doc Ock, if he gets out, tries to like swap minds or whatever, and then become Spider-Man. And maybe we get like a full-on like battle royale type like fight between him and Miles.
Or another, because we know how it ended. Eddie's
Yeah,
dad-
Peter steps down and like basically tells Miles like, "Hey, I'm gonna probably hold off on being Spider-Man for a while, so I need you to like be there for the city." And Miles is like, "Dude, I got this."
And then, as we know, we get a little teaser of a certain character in the Spider
Oh,
Verse.
Silk. Yep.
So I'm sure we might be playing her. It might be like
Maybe. I really would love.
we're gonna make this like Avenger like X sort of thing.
I genuinely don't know exactly what their plan is for Spider-Man 3. But the only thing that I could think of that would be darker is that like Doc Ock takes over Peter's mind and whatnot, becomes this like
Yeah,
brutal Spider-Man, and then like maybe at the end of the game, like he dies and Peter dies.
because remember, he did say like I think Eddie's dad said some certain project he's been waiting on. He just wasn't. It wasn't going to wait anymore since he felt the grief, and he was going to set some plan in motion. So maybe
So I'm very curious exactly what they plan to do with Spider-Man 3. I mean, I know it's still really early on exactly
I want
what
to say
what
like
it
20,
is.
like you said 2028. I say yeah, between that and probably 2029, maybe 2030.
Yeah.
If it goes that far because we have the
But I mean, Insomnia has definitely been busy because I think at one point they talked about maybe doing like a new Iron Man game even. Um like I'm really curious on other people like other hero or like just other characters that they could make games of. Like I mean you got like you could probably do a new like Hulk game, a new Iron Man game, maybe you also got the Captain America game.
Oh, yeah, that. I mean, there's maybe 2028. I want to say that because it's like we had the trailer release.
Yeah, we have it where it shows T'Chaka as the Black Panther for that time.
Yeah, the actor that play the face is the face of the actor it was voicing it too was in The Walking Dead.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was in The Walking Dead. In case you didn't,
So,
he's the dreadlocks guy for the tiger.
oh, that's why he sounded familiar.
I mean, that's the face they're using, and that's probably the voice. So you might be voicing him.
Okay.
Sorry.
I'm curious about that though, because I mean, I can't.
So who's voicing the
I
cat?
mean, with like the stuff that they like showed for that game alone, like the graphics look amazing. I mean, I can't wait to see what they come up with. I want to also see if they ever like Insomniac decides to ever make that Web of Life game, the multiplayer Spider-Man game that they had like canceled at one point.
So I was trying to do a little research real quick on who's voicing the Cap, and that name is Drew Morleen. If you know who that is, Drew Morleen is
Sounds
voicing the Cap.
sounds familiar, but okay, interesting.
He's giving the voice. I mean, he's been in Stars Fell Again, The Roost, The Wrong Path, a serial killer called Bloodline Killer, and it's all 2024, 2023 movies. Um, Blind, The Ballad of Hustle, Plantation, and plenty of more. The Beast Within,
Okay.
so on and so on. So he's done some roles in in his career. What else? What else? Oh yeah, you seen the Tomb Raider trailer?
I have not, but
But here,
I've
a lot,
already heard it's good.
like a lot of people were speculating because, as you know, the title of it is the land, like well, it's about Atlantis, and that was an original game back long ago, like in the '90s. So it's actually, just let you know, it's actually the 2013. It's that Laura Croft. So they kind of do a time gap, like a time skip almost, and it's her, but like doing the like, well, it's like the prequel in a way, because these are the prequels before we get to.
Yeah, didn't they also talk about them going to Atlantis or something in one of the games at one point? I thought,
The question.
or in some Lara Croft Tomb Raider like lore. I thought. I don't remember, dude. But I could swear that they had mentioned something about it.
But it's like the prequels. It's all there's like just all those old games reimagined, but it's like a prequel to the 2013 Laura, and it's that like modeled character, but as a prequel set and loads in. Let's see. Hopefully, I can get a good video of this. This is coming out in February. It's coming out in February.
Damn, that's not that too far off.
I know it was supposed to come out later. Here it is.
Been halfway across the continent looking for you. Hard.
Apologize.
Woman to track down.
Well, you found me. Ms. Croft, I hear when it comes to retrieval, you're the one to hire. This isn't about glory or money or making the world a better place. This is a puzzle buried in centuries of silence. You don't strike me as someone who walks past a locked door without wondering what's behind it. There's a reason I can only trust you with this.
Gotta say, I captured your good side.
You're assuming I've got a bad side.
Oh, that looks way too good.
I mean, we're not excited for that. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I mean, of course, we got the Faye one, which actually I'll find.
Dude, there are so many games now that I wish I had a PS5 for.
I mean, hang on, I'll be right.
Oh man. Oh. I really wish I got a PS5 now because, man, some of these games that are coming out are getting way too good looking.
back. Keep on showing all this excitement.
Did you come from the Eagle Outlaw? Not the gates. The gateway is closed.
That creature.
Hey, hey!
Kid. Let him go! Another mask. This is important to you. I wonder, do you think this could set you free? You touch me again, and I swear I will kill you.
Would you like to see how hard it is to die here, Godly? I can show you.
You can't keep me here.
The gateway is closed. There is no escape.
Resisting the truth will only make this more painful.
Sekhmet,
No, Betsy. I will handle that problem. You deal with our new pet.
Oh,
Man.
just want to at least show that. I just want to at least show that. Oh wait,
Dude, I'm honestly telling you, I wish I had a PS5 now because there are just too many games that are coming out that just like that looks so good. You know, like I'm
Yeah.
just man.
I just want to before maybe slowly start to wrap this up. I can't speak right now. I just want to at least show you the fight scene, at least the cinematic part, not the whole ordeal. And real quick, sorry.
You're good.
Last thing of our episode. Like it's the cinematic part. That's where it's just oh my gosh. But just to know, it's like, oh, you're facing Sekhmet and this dude. But like Sekhmet, I'm like, what's the boss fight out of that? I'm curious. Is this like round one with this dude, and then you collide with two? You know?
That would be horrifying.
Fine, but lady, that sword, it's more than you think it is.
Already? I will.
Sorry.
You're good.
No,
The
I'll have to show.
I'm loving
probably have
how
to-
the game looks though.
I'll probably have to show. I'll show this off camera to you. Start with all the trying to find good videos here, and it's a little wacky today. Well, without further ado, thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoy all. Let's go for you.